Of the morning, ain't it, Daddy?
Oh, you done started out ahead of me, eh?
Well, listen, you over there trying to catch a bass. I want to see a bass anyway.
Water, high tide right now.
Well, this is a good start.
Welcome back, YouTube. Cole started off ahead of me this morning.
Oh, he swallowed his goose.
Look at that, Cole. Time as I picked the Bream buster up, I threw it out there and got one.
That's like the first one I put. She told you to that was my second one.
Something scarred him up pretty good. Oh! Oh, look at that, Cole.
Oh my goodness.
Good shellcracker there. We could try to concentrate on these lily pads this morning while this tide's up high.
I'm stuck in the lily pad. No, I'm on a fish. The fish is wetting the lily pad.
You hung on a lily pad over there.
No, a fish was on it and then it got me into the lily pad.
You hung on a lily pad.
Listen here, I had a fish holding me in the lily pad.
Yeah. Finally got a nutting.
Yep.
Trying to stay ahead of me today, eh?
Well, yours was too big.
Look at Cole what I hooked over there.
Yeah.
See, I'm at the golly whoppers and stuff. You back there messing with them little babies. Oh, that little whippersnapper. Hand-sized shellcracker. Got one popping at the cork over there. See if I can get him. Spot this worm. We fishing with the red worms and the earthworms this morning. See if I can pull the worm up to the cork and get him to, if he hadn't moved. Oh, shucks. I had about took it out of my hand, Cole. He swallowed it. Man, these shellcrackers, they'll pull them fish now. Nice shellcracker. Gotta get my pliers, get it out of this one's mouth. Good hand-sized shellcracker here, Cole. Oh, you got your shellcracker, eh, Cole?
Yeah, I got me a shellcracker right over here. I'm about to throw it again and see if I can get another one.
By the time I got this camera turned on, you already had him in. I used to catch some of these shellcrackers down here in Black River. There's got to be plentiful. Catch as many shellcrackers anymore as I catch Bream. Most of the time, when you see me fishing like this, Bream buster, I'll be using a number 4 eagle claw hook, a little BB shot lead. I'll be fishing anywhere from like 1.5 to 2 foot deep. It's according to how the fish are doing. They feed a lot on top. I hear them a lot on top. I'll shallow it up sometimes. It's a nice fishing day today, and wind ain't blowing. Kind of hold the boat a little bit here today. I can get the line out. And shellcracker. I'll grab the line. You just let me handle this.
That's a big shellcracker. That's bigger than the one we had the other day on YouTube. First day we came.
These shellcrackers, I'm telling you, these are pulling flatfish now.
I'm getting a bite already.
Yours must have been a little one.
Oh.
Me and these shellcrackers, where's the big brim at? Cole, you remember your cousin Homer? Well, your cousin Homer, he'd been moved from around him many years ago. But your cousin Homer, he's the greatest fisherman that ever lived. Back when we was young boys, if the fish wasn't biting too good, we'd go by and pick up your cousin Homer and we'd take him with us. And he would, what you call ugly grin, fish to death. He'd look over the side of the boat down in the water and he'd grin. The fish's eyes would roll back. They'd hold their breath and their belly would swell, and up to the top of the water they'd come. All we had to do was scoop them up with a dip net. He'd be ugly grinning them fish to death. And I asked him one day, I says, Cousin Homer, I says, do you know anybody else that has this gift that you have, ugly grinning fish to death? He said, my wife. I said, your wife? He said, yeah, my wife is a heap better at it than I am. And I said, well, I never see her fishing with you. He said, that's because she tears them up too bad. Cole, you just told me that the fish wasn't biting this thing, they quit.
I said that. I didn't say
I ain't been 2 minutes. Cole, that shellcracker while ago and then done got a bite.
I said they're slowing down instead of spinning much.
I just don't know. See, I got you all upset and you throwing in the lily pads and everything else back there. And Brent, you making all kind of noise, son. You got to quieten down some. Fishing's got you all upset. You got to be relaxed and just kind of laid back. You're gonna scare all these brim that were popping along here. Now you stood up like you had a monster or something else on there. Did you have to stand up every time to pull a fish in?
Listen,
I ain't never seen nobody that had to stand up every time.
That's the first time I stood up today. We're throwing this one back.
That ain't the first time. You've been standing up every time you get a bite.
No.
You never seen nobody have to stand up every time they get a bite. Well, I would too, because he ain't big enough. He ain't a good sized fish and he won't. See that there? A good bit bigger than the one you had. My goodness. Now, I told you that mudfish headed for it when you threw it in the water. I seen him when he went for it. Yeah, he popped it. See, I thought you had him there for a minute.
Cork.
I see your cork. You was doing the two-hand pull on that mudfish.
Listen, I thought.
There ain't no listen.
Listen, I didn't think you would go from that.
You.
Well, that's a big fish, but good.
Well, I told you. I said, Cole, that mudfish just headed for your hook down there. I seen him when he took the dive to go for it. There, you two, we went ahead and packed up and come on out. We didn't keep about 15. I'm gonna come home. I was gonna fry up 4 or 5 of them, but we caught a few nice ones there today. Didn't catch a whole lot of big ones, but anyhow, some good eating. When I got home, I was gonna fry some up for lunch or dinner this evening and eat. When I get home and look at the wifey, has got some already thawed out in here, so she already had fish on her mind. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll get out there and we'll catch you the next time, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed.